What is up, fight fans? You are listening to the Silly Gilly Goose MMA show. I'm Noah.
I'm Mason.
I'm Connor.
Today we'll be talking about recent fight news, last night's card, UFC Fight Night, Moreno versus Kavanaugh in Mexico City, and then going into our picks and analysis of UFC 326 and ending the show with our Golden Geese. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing good, man. Excited to get into it.
Let's get into the fight news. We have Prates versus JDM, the main event of Perth on May 2nd. And then we got the whole UFC 327 fight card. We have the main event is going to be Yuri Prochazka versus Carlos Ulberg for the UFC light heavyweight championship due to Alex Pereira vacating his belt. Then co-main event, we have Tyra versus Van, we already knew about. And then Josh Hokett versus number 4, Curtis Blades. Daniil Dariush versus Manuel Torres. Johnny Walker versus Dominic Reyes. Tatiana Suarez versus Lupi Godinez. Azamat Mirzakhanov versus Paulo Costa. Kevin Holland versus Randy Brown. Matus Gamrot versus Esteban Ribovic. And Patricio Pitbull versus Aaron Pico. Pretty good card, in my opinion. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
great card. I just don't understand the Gamrot Ribovic matchup. It's a little crazy. But
What's our thoughts on? We kind of figured it was going to happen, but Alex Pereira vacating his belt, going up to heavyweight.
I'm excited.
Very exciting. We just saw that video on Twitter yesterday. John Jones saying that he was in negotiations with the UFC to fight at the White House. So,
oh yeah,
I don't know, man. Things are
John Jones versus
Alex
Pereira.
We're just inching a little closer to that announcement, and I can't wait. So hopefully that's
this week.
This week, White House.
All right, some other fight news. Last night at RAF, like as we've seen, Arman Tsarukyan getting a little chippy again. Gets in a scrum with his whole team against Giorgio Polis. What's your guys' thoughts on Arman and all of?
I don't understand, like, if he, like, why he does this. If he has, like, a short temper, or if he does it for clicks.
Oh yeah.
Or what? But this is like this. I don't even know. There's been too many
every time he is in any sort of competition. I feel.
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna get punished by the UFC or anything again?
I don't know. I mean, he did it on another promotion.
Live on TV.
What they're gonna do about it? Live on television too. So.
But Sean Strickland, when he came in and punched that one fighter at that amateur promotion, the UFC did suspend Sean Strickland. So they have, and I could see them suspending Arman for quite a while. It could be 6 to 8 months, just like Sean's was.
They should. I really think they should.
All right, boys, let's get into the fight night last night. First fight of the night, we had Damian Pinas versus Wes Schultz. A first-round knockout for Damian Pinas. What's your guys' thoughts on this one? Mason?
I was super high on Pinas coming into this fight, and still am. That was a really good knockout that he had, and I think he's going to be good in that middleweight division. I think we'll see him rise up pretty soon. So I'm excited to see his future.
Connor, what's your thoughts on?
I mean, it was kind of a weird fight. It just seemed like anytime Pinas touched Wes Schultz, he just was on the ground, just diving for his legs. I don't know what was going on there. I mean, 2 knockdowns, in 2.5 minutes. So, I mean, yeah, he's got power, but, he's also making his debut against another guy making his debut. So, I don't know if it was like a real test for Pinas yet. So, I don't know if we can, say he's like a real prospect yet.
I wrote down that Pinas has a crisp 1-2. He kept hitting that 1-2 all night on Wes Schultz. Dropped him twice, like you said. What do you call it? And then Wes Schultz, every time he got knocked down, he was like looking at the ref like, please don't fucking stand me up.
Wes did not want to be in there at all. I mean, 6 takedown attempts, none were successful. He was just hoping to get out of there as quickly as he could.
Yeah.
All right, and our next fight of the night, we had Francis Marshall versus Eric Silva. Another fast finish. Thoughts here?
I mean, yeah, another fast finish by sub too. I had Marshall winning too, I'm pretty sure. Um, I mean, yeah, that's kind of a crazy way to start two first round finishes within actually one
On,
second of each other. Um,
yeah,
so yeah, I mean, quick finish.
But
Connor
I'll say
Really
thought.
good.
Eric Silva was a lot more impressive than I thought he was going to be in the short amount of time that we got to see him. He definitely didn't land that head kick like right at the
Yeah,
start of the
spinning
fight.
wheel kick 3 seconds into the fight,
That
right
was
on the chin. It
awesome.
was
I was like,
right.
whoa.
I was.
Yeah, I was a little worried Francis Marshall was gonna get knocked out there for a second. And yeah, Eric after 38 years old, man, he looked great. I mean, and then that, I mean, obviously not great enough to get sub. Francis Marshall,
Yeah,
obviously was the better fighter and looked great. But Eric Silva, man, very impressive for a 38 year
yeah.
old.
Marshall stayed calm after that fast, like we said, wheel kick to start off the fight right on the chin, and took him down, and it was pretty much wraps from there. Rear naked choke. But let's get into our next fight
Yeah,
of the
American
night.
Top Team.
The fight of the night. Regina Taryn versus
Fight of the
Ernesta
night.
30-27 on two judges' scorecard, 29-28 on the other for Regina Taryn in her debut. What's your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, it was a really good fight. Lots of strikes thrown. Um, I was like kind of in and out of watching it. I didn't really like get to see all of it, but like, I got most of the gist of it, and it was a good fight, and I think it did deserve fight of the night. Good fight. Good debut too.
Connor, your thoughts?
Uh, she's fun to watch, man. She came out throwing right away. I thought it was a little reckless at the start. She was kind of just leaving her chin out there and was getting hit back a little bit. And I thought she was going to get dropped there in the opening round, but she hung in there and she was putting it on to the first two rounds. And Ernesta's really, really durable. Ernesta fought a
Oh
great
yeah.
fight. And, that's a tough ask to just fight someone new on 2 days notice like that. So
Hmm.
very impressive from both of them, especially
Yeah,
Tareen, only 21 years old.
yeah, that's what I wrote down. I was like 21 years old, taking like a short notice 1 week win against someone who's good. She beat, like we said before on the podcast last week, Ernesta beat Carly Judas in the Contender Series. I mean, Tareen looked really good on the stand up. She was mixing up shots to the body, shots to the head. Very good in her Muay Thai clinch, I wrote down. But yeah,
Yes.
and another Golden Goose win for the boys. My Golden Goose hit.
Hey, honk honk,
Honk honk.
honk
All
honk,
right.
baby.
Let's go into our next fight tonight. Javier Reyes versus Douglas Silva de Andrade. I thought we were going to get back-to-back Golden Gooses wins, but
We almost had it. Almost had it.
Javier Reyes got the KO with 1 second left in the first round.
Lost you for a second.
What's your
It's
guys'
all good.
thoughts?
I thought Silva de Andrade was uh looking really good, but damn, that end of the first round kind of devastated me. I felt for Connor. But I mean, that was a good knockout. Yeah, I mean, no complaints here.
Connor, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, man, Douglas Silva was looking great in the beginning. He was at a severe reach disadvantage, and he was just dancing in and out, finding the shots, timing it perfectly, baiting Javier into traps. Was able to drop him pretty bad, and was almost got the finish. And I don't know what he was doing there. I don't know what I don't know what happened. Javier must have just got a hold of his leg good, I guess, and then shout out to Javier for being able to recover from that in his debut and
Yeah,
still getting the round one knockout. It was very impressive from Javier. I look forward to seeing him in the welterweight division.
Yeah, a lot of energy from Javier, too, walking out with LIMCA, having a whole choreographed dance with his team. I wrote down
Gotta love it.
that team is a team to look out for. He's from Waldo Cortez Acosta's team. Uh,
Oh, okay.
I mean, like you said, Silva de Andrade started the fight well. He cracked Reyes early, had him really hurt, but Reyes got in on that takedown. De Andrade couldn't capitalize on it, and when he got on top, it was some nasty ground and pound. I feel like
Yeah.
some people were
Yeah.
like they should have wait, and you saw Silva de Andrade was a little upset that the fight got stopped with only 1 second left in the round, but that Herb Dean's job is to not to stop the fight because there's or let the fight go to the end of the round. If he sees a reason to stop the fight, he's gonna stop it.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, and Javier, only the
Even that
second
sometimes
person
he
to
doesn't.
KO Douglas Silva in his 14th UFC fight, so very impressive.
Our next fight of the night, we had Christian Quinones versus Chris Montanino. Christian Quinones 30-27 on all three judges' scorecards. Pretty dominant performance from him.
Yeah.
Montanino didn't really have much to answer. 0-4 in the UFC now.
I think
What's your guys' thoughts?
he looked very disappointed after the fight. I think he might know like I feel like he thinks he's gonna get cut. He looked really
Yeah.
disappointed, especially after losing consecutive fights. But Quinones looked good. He had a lot of control time.
hmm
Um,
7
but
takedowns.
yeah, 7 takedowns, 7 for 10. Um, yeah, it was a pretty dominant win by Quinones. Props to him.
Connor, any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Christian definitely looked like he'd been away for 2 years. He definitely had a chance here to make like a highlight reel win over Matono and just didn't. And I don't know, I thought, and he's been subbed twice in the UFC, so it kind of felt like he was trying to just get back that like get a sub win, so it didn't look bad on his record. It felt like, and his grappling just didn't look like it was completely there. It just looked like he was, I don't know, kind of playing with his food like a little bit.
Yeah.
Wasn't really trying to get the finish.
All right, let's get into our next fight of the night. We had a ranked matchup: Aileen Perez versus Macy Chiasson. Thoughts?
Oh, this was not a bad fight. It was actually a really close fight, 29-28 on all the scorecards. Perez looked really good. She had a good bounce back after that first round. And she had some really nice takedowns. Like those takedowns that she had were pretty nice. Um, I think the one it was like a judo throw almost or something. But yeah, she looked pretty good against Chiasen. Yeah, I mean, props to Perez and that emo after she won.
Connor, your thoughts here?
Not as crazy. Eileen Perez extending the win streak to 6 in the UFC. Very impressive. Macy Chiasson surprised me extremely in this fight.
hmm
Her grappling was on point. Eileen
Hmm.
Perez was definitely struggling with the size of Macy. She's 5'11". It's a very tough size to deal with. And, I thought Macy was going to get a few chokes there then, in the first round. And then Eileen just dominated rounds 2 and 3 and left no doubt on the scorecards. All three had it, 29-28. There
Yeah,
you go.
like I wrote down, Macy wins round 1, but Aileen Perez stay composed, comes back, has 6 takedowns in the fight, and then at the end of the fight, she calls out Tracy Cortez, which I thought was interesting, having 6 wins in a row. I mean, she should be right there for a title eliminator fight. But I like the call out for
Oh,
Cortez
yeah.
because I think that's a close fight.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's number 7. She definitely should be seeing somebody in the top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Our next fight of the night, last fight on the prelims, we had Ryan Gondra versus Jose Medina. Very fast. Not much to say here.
Yeah.
What do you?
Very fast.
Any thoughts,
Yeah, like you
Mason?
said, not much to say. Really, really quick and good win for Gandra, and didn't even allow Medina to get a strike.
Yeah, Connor.
Yeah, great debut for Gandra, potential middleweight prospect. So, I don't know what to say. Didn't get hit once, and Medina's probably going to get cut from the UFC. 0-4
Yeah,
now, so three first round finishes in a row. Oh.
yeah. Gondra's the name to watch. He's dominant. 8 wins in a row. 5 wins in a row by finish. 6 of those wins all coming in round 1. Yeah, like you said, Medina's time is probably done in the UFC. 0-4, getting finished 3 times in a row. But let's get into the main card. First fight on the main card, Santiago Luna versus Angel Pacheco. 30-27 on all three judges' scorecard for Santiago Luna. Your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, another pretty dominant win, I'd say. Luna looked really good. And having a win like this, you know, um, being undefeated still too, 8-0, that's a really good record professionally. Uh, we'll see what happens next with them, but dominant win, and yeah.
Connor, thoughts?
Very impressive. Luna's first time fighting into the third round. His cardio, slowed down a little bit, but he's only 21 years old. They're fighting in elevation. You'll
Mhm.
have that. He's only gonna get better from here. And fought a really durable opponent, Angel Pacheco. I mean, his
Oh,
contender
yeah.
series fight with Danny Silva, he took off here. He landed 197 significant strikes. He took 230 significant strikes from Danny Silva, and he still got 30-27 on that too. So this guy is durable, but he's not good. He
Yeah.
shouldn't be in the UFC. But
Yeah, I give props.
that's a tough guy to
I give
fight.
props to Pacheco for not getting dropped or knocked down or getting knocked out there. Santiago Luna though is a problem. I think he will definitely see him in the rankings and climbing up, getting better and better each fight. 5 takedowns, 155 total strikes landed. Very dominant performance, but like Connor said, cardio was starting to show at the end of the fight. He needs to work on that. Next fight of the night, Imanol Rodriguez versus Kevin Borjas. Round 2 finish for Imanol Rodriguez. What's your guys' thoughts on this one? I don't know. Connor, go first here. Imanol is your guy.
Yeah.
I mean, my first thought was I kind of I had a little bit of doubt, because Mason did pick Borjas to win this, and after doing the research, it did look like Borjas, might, sneak it in, and then bam, right away, 2 knockdowns in the first round, and Imanol was flat, his face was flat on the canvas, and we were all panicking and worried, and like the dog he is, comes out in the second round, just presses forward and lands that temple shot and gets the finish on Borjas. That was insane.
Mason?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna have a diamond in the rough here, but Imanol looked really good in that second round and eventually got to that knockout. And I could see him making a name for himself um, in the flyweight division. So really good win by him. And I know that he works with Daniel Cormier too, which is a really, really good person to work with, especially with like wrestling and jiu-jitsu and stuff. So hopefully Cormier rubs off on him, and we'll see what his future looks like.
Yeah, the thing that I wrote down about Imanol, the best thing that I've seen is for how young he is, he showed a lot of composure last night. A lot of guys after getting dropped like that super early in the fight, you're gonna give up, but he got a takedown right after that, controlled the rest of the first round, and in the second round looked very, very dominant on his feet. Got the knockout. This is the backflip off the cage, and I think that was the coldest celebration we've seen. He does the little Iceman celebration afterwards for the walk-off KO.
That was
All
yeah, that
right.
was incredible.
Our next fight of the night, we had Edgar Chairez versus Felipe Bunez. A split decision, 29-28, 29-28, 29-28. Thoughts here,
I knew it
Connor?
was going to go to decision.
Mason?
I did call that. I I did call Chairez to win by decision too. And he did exactly that. And I'm happy with my choice and very close. Very, very, very close fight.
Yeah,
Um,
very close.
what were your guys' thoughts on the scorecards and like the decision that the judges made?
I thought it was right. I thought that,
I thought it
that
could have gone either way. Oh,
you go ahead, Connor. You can go ahead, Connor.
huh?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was very, very surprised to see Chairez getting dominated on the ground. I thought he was going to have the grappling advantage here, given his his UFC history, but he was getting dominated on the ground by Bunes, and he was using it to his advantage to secure these rounds. Like I could see why the judges gave him the fight. He definitely like that control time and pretty dominant in the third round
Yeah.
and the first round. But yeah, that fight could have gone either way.
Yeah, I thought it was the right decision. I mean, I gave Felipe the first round, and then I had Chivas the next two rounds. But Felipe had his back the whole time, standing up in that body triangle. But I thought Chivas, like someone had said, one of you said, usually we see how good he is on the ground. He kind of got out grappled, but I think he made up for it and showed that he was actually pretty good on his feet too. He just was
Yeah,
gassed though at the end.
he did have a knockdown on Tatsuro Tyros. I mean, yeah, he's an underrated striker.
Yeah, and
Well,
and like I said in the podcast before, like both these guys are subspecialists, and I just had a feeling it was going to go to decision or somebody was going to get subbed. But yeah, really close fight. I love seeing close fights like this. But yeah, I agree with Noah. I definitely gave Chires his last two rounds though.
all right, next fight of the night. King Green versus Daniel Zellhuber, a second round KO for King Green. What's your guys' thoughts on the big underdog win for King Green?
I had my boy King Green by knockout, and I knew I knew he was gonna get it done. I knew that um he would have like a good bounce back, and I I just love seeing those vets getting those those wins, and yeah, beautiful knockout too. Zellhuber looked lost. He looked lost
Oh
in the
yeah,
sauce. He got touched, and he was like,
he moted on the whole
"This is
fight
exactly what it
too.
looked like." Yeah,
Yeah, talking
King
about
Green's
emotes.
yeah, King Green's very entertaining. Always has been.
Connor, thoughts?
Zellhuber was like the one walking him down the whole fight, but it felt like he was getting walked down. It made no sense. Like he had the range. He doesn't know how to use his range. He doesn't know how to use that
Yeah,
length, that advantage that he has on everybody. He's just standing there like a deer in headlights, and he definitely, like Mason said, he got lost in the sauce. Bobby was just Bobby got in his head, and you can just see it right away. And Zellhuber had no answers for whatever Bobby was throwing at, or King was throwing at him. Excuse me.
yeah. Green looks really good, and like you guys said, he was getting walked down by Zellhuber, but the strike. I mean, Zellhuber's striking is just not not fundamentally great. He leaves a lot of openings, and King Green took advantage of them. King Green, I mean,
Oh, and
what?
King Green destroyed him in the ground. Like those takedowns were coming so
Oh my
easily
God!
too. But he
And
was just
yeah,
making it
the scrambles
just,
on the ground too, like the easy reversals and everything.
like Zellhuber's walking forward, and Bobby's got his hands down at his waist, and you're just like, just throw a punch. So just throw a punch. Like you're just yelling at your screen. Like it's just, it's frustrating to watch Daniel Zellhuber fight. It really
Yeah,
is, dude. He's so gifted, like physically, and he's just
yeah, that's two
throw a
fights in a
punch,
row though
dude.
that he's a huge betting favorite and loses to a vet. I know he's lost three in a row, but I'm saying two fights in a row is a
Oh,
big
like
favorite.
four, because he was still like a neg 280 favorite against Ribovic too, so that's still a pretty decent size
Yeah,
favorite.
yeah. I think
I mean, four.
I think one thing for
Uh,
sure. I think he's cutting way too much weight. I think he just needs to go up to a weight class.
yeah, or he's gonna get cut from the UFC.
Yeah. All right, let's go to a co-main event of the night. Marlon Vera versus David Martinez, 29-28 on all three judges' scorecard for David Martinez. What's your guys' thoughts?
Man, I was upset. Um, I really thought Cheeto could have, you know, had the upper hand with his striking, and just didn't see what I wanted to see from him. Um, and that's what, three losses in a row now. I mean, at some point, dude, you just gotta catch a win. I mean, obviously, but we'll see what happens now. Um, but he is a warrior. He always has been, and I think that he'll bounce back. I hope that he can get a fight booked and have a good matchmaking that fight.
Connor, what's your thoughts on the fight?
I mean, yeah, Cheeto fought the Cheeto way, losing the rounds early, and then just, right when we think he's gonna get a finish there in the third round, with 15 seconds left, he just stops throwing when Martinez is hurt the most. And
Yeah.
Martinez looked great. I mean, he kept throwing. He landed a few takedowns of his own on Cheeto, and yeah, Martinez is a real problem in that top 10. He's proven that he really belongs in there, actually, and that Rob Paul fight wasn't just a fluke.
Yeah. I wrote down Cheeto, like always, starts the fight so slow and it hurts him at the end. I mean, he won round 3, as we've seen. He lost the first 2 rounds, but the round 1, it could have been I mean, it was close to start, and then he gets taken down, and I mean, it just stinks because Cheeto's so good, that so much more better than what his last 3 fights has been. He just starts fights so slow. He needs to work on getting a higher output in the first round or something, because he's losing these fights on judges' scorecards just because he loses that first round.
And yeah,
But
we
like you
heard his
said,
coach talking, before the fight. Oh,
nope, keep going. Keep going on.
oh yeah, like his coach is like taping him up before the fight, and he was doing the interview, and he's telling Cheeto, you got to go early, you got to get it done early. You can't let him get these rounds early on you. Cheeto obviously didn't listen to his coach, and he just did what he always does.
Yeah, one thing for sure though is that Dave Martinez definitely has some strong hands, because he was hurting Cheeto in there too, and Cheeto does not get hurt that often and has a pretty granite chin. And man, he was getting a little wobbly with some of those some of those heavy strikes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
but now
main
you got to
event.
think.
Go
Um,
ahead, Mason.
Martinez is what 3 wins in the UFC, and his
Hmm.
last 2 wins are really impressive, like against good guys, Font and Vera. So what's like what do you do next with him, especially in a bantamweight division that's stacked?
I'd like to see him versus Hobby. That'd be a really good fight. I feel like I put
Mm-hmm.
him bigger step up, and yeah, do him
Big
versus
step
Hobby
up.
when Zahabi gets healthy. Connor.
We do know that he is teammates with Mario Batista, so I don't know if they'll ever book that. I don't think they would, but that's something to remember when looking at those. I don't know. He's fought up twice in a row now. Rob Font's getting to the rankings. Cheeto is ahead of him now. I think he fights someone behind him. Depends on like who's coming up at the time. Uh, Nothing's really coming to mind right now off the top of my head. But I don't know. I think he fights someone behind him in the rankings.
Okay. All right. Let's get into the main event now. Brandon Moreno versus Lonnie Kavanaugh. 49-46 on one judge's scorecard, 48-47 on the other two for Lonnie Kavanaugh coming in on short notice. Thoughts on this one?
Connor, I'll let you go first on this one.
Kavanaugh, really, really impressive. I don't think anybody predicted this. I mean, Moreno just looked lost those first 2 rounds, and just rounds 3 and 4 just was trying to hold him up against the cage, trying to get a takedown, and just couldn't get it at all. Lonnie was just damaging his lead calf, and Moreno just wasn't
God.
switching stances for some reason. Just stayed in that southpaw and just kept eating up those calf kicks. And it cost him, man. It cost him. Lonnie ended up securing that 5th round, and very impressive. He'll be in the top, 6 or 7, and his possibilities are endless. I'm really excited to see what's next for him. What about you guys?
Yeah, I was just really, really surprised with Kavanaugh actually. A lot of people definitely thought Moreno had this one, but Kavanaugh really looked good with the striking. Um, and Moreno really couldn't do anything besides hold him up against the cage because,
Hmm.
like you said, Kavanaugh was destroying that calf. Like Brandon Moreno's calf was in pain. He was limping. But I think he looked really good, and we'll see what happens in this flyweight division now, because that like shakes things up a little bit. So we'll see what they
Oh,
do
a
with
lot of it.
Kavanaugh.
Yeah, I think that
Endless
Kavanaugh
possibilities.
put on an amazing performance last night. He started the fight off super strong, and he won those first 2 rounds. The striking looked. He was mixing the striking up very well. He like you said, you chopping that leg. It was already hurt after round one. He already had bruising in that calf. But also he was rocking Brandon with shots to the head. He had Moreno real wobbly in round two. Thought the fight was going to end, but I mean, this is a two fights in a row loss for Moreno. I mean, it's two young guys though. I feel like Brandon still has it, but Lonnie Kavanaugh is a problem. And his last fight he lost to Charles Johnson, but he was winning that fight. The big thing that he did wrong in that fight though is he kept fighting with his hands down. He kept dropping them to his hip. Last night he did a very good job of showing up and having his hands up better and protecting himself.
His cardio was very impressive.
Oh yeah. I mean, what, 3 weeks
Yeah,
notice? You're getting a 5-round fight at elevation.
Yeah, I think that was the
it
most impressive thing.
One thing that I
and
would like to
what
see,
like
oh, oh, Mason. One thing I'd like to see
no, you go.
uh Kavanaugh work on though is he could not when Brandon got him against the cage, he had no idea what to do to get off the cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
What were you gonna say though, Mason?
I just what do you think they do with Kavanaugh next? Because a lot of those fighters in the flyweight division, they have fights scheduled. Like Pantoja's, well, obviously hurt. Cop, I don't know what's gonna happen with Cop. I think him versus Royval would be a good fight because Royval, he's had a lot of time off, but Kavanaugh's gonna need some more time. So maybe those timelines won't add up, but eventually down the road, I'd like to see that fight.
That's I was gonna say that too. I like Brandon Royval for him as well for next.
Yeah, that's a good
Another good test
another
there.
guy that's a top guy there. I feel like that's a great matchup, Mason. Actually, I agree. Roy Val.
hmm
If not Roy Val,
I feel
then
though if oh you go no
what? If it's not Roy Val, him or Kyoji would be a fun fight.
that would be a fun. But I would say, and this might be controversial, but I'd say if, and this is only I think if Bruno Silva beats Charles Johnson, I think they should rebook Kavanaugh versus Bruno Silva.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't
I
know
don't
if they'll
know. I
put that low in the rankings after taking a fight on 3 weeks' notice
and
and
with
getting a big win against Moreno.
and I think
We'll
that
see.
I think Horiguchi's like really good, and I think that he has all his skills. He could strike, he can grapple. I think that'd be a really big test for Kavanaugh if they ended up doing that, because I mean their fights aren't really that far separated, so maybe that is something that they could do. Um, I mean, we'll see what matchmakers do, but I mean
Yeah,
that's
Kyoji just
that's for
needs to
the
get healthy and fix
far
that broken
future, I
hand.
think.
All right, let's get into UFC 326. Live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas this Saturday. First fight of the night, we have Luke Fernandez versus Rodolfo Bellato. Thoughts here?
Connor, I'll let you go first in this one.
Luke Fernandez, Dana White Contender Series graduate. He had a 15-second knockout. He's only had 6 pro fights, 3-0 in grappling matches. He did sub Phil Hawes, and he's had multiple 4-round fights. So, he's got a little bit of good of cardio. He's not just a first-round knockout guy. And Bellato, we've seen him 1-1 in the UFC. Beautiful record, and faking that knockout injury against Paul Craig. I expect Fernandez to finally get Bellato out of the UFC and just finish him here in the first round.
Mason?
Yeah, I agree. I agree there. I think that Fernandez will get this done quick within the first or second round, and then I think Bellato will be 1-2, 1-1. That's such a weird record, but yeah, I think that Fernandez is gonna make easy work of this.
Yeah, I wrote down Fernandez, college wrestler at Elizabethtown College in Pennsylvania, was Cage Fury champ before he came to the UFC. 6-0, 5 wins by KO, four in round one. Rodolfo Bellato, we've seen he's one in the UFC, was 1-1 on Contender Series, lost to Vitor Petrino by KO on Contender Series, but he's got wins versus Poteria or Ihor Poteria, a draw with Jimmy Crute. No contest with Paul Craig. We know the meme of him waking up from his getting knocked down and kind of got put as a theme. Lost his last fight with Navajo Sterling, but I kind of feel like this is a big step up for Luke Fernandez. I don't know if he's really fought someone on Bellato's level. I feel like this is a fight that will go the distance, but I feel both guys are going to push each other. I have Fernandez by decision here, not by knockout. But yeah, Fernandez by the decision. Connor, are you still there?
Yep,
Oh,
I'm
there
back
we
now.
go. There we go.
Sorry about that.
All right, next fight of the night we have Gaston Bolanos versus Jung Young Lee. Thoughts here?
Yeah, uh, I both these guys coming off losses, and I don't know, nothing's really jumping off the table for me here. Connor, how's it going over there? Um, yeah, nothing's really jumping off the t table here. I mean, we'll see when we get there. Lots
Oh,
of
dude.
laughing around here.
Young Lee.
Connor, we need to get it together, man.
Alright, yeah. Gaston Bolanos, Young Lee. Not Zhang Wang Lee. No, sorry guys. This is Young Lee. Both of them 2-2 in the UFC. Zhang Young Lee came into the road to the UFC. He won it in 2022. Yeah, I mean 145ers. Gaston has both of his wins are over guys who aren't in the UFC anymore. I mean, this really isn't an exciting fight. I don't know how this made it to a pay per view. Oh, this was a short notice one for
Yeah,
Zhang Young Lee, and yeah, so that's a big Zhang Young Lee is a good chance. Stepping up short notice, could get a big win, could get in good grace to the UFC. So
yeah. I have written down
yeah,
Gaston Bolanos is 2-2 in the UFC. He was 6-3 in Bellator before coming over to the UFC. Lost his last fight by rear naked choke to Quang Lee. 6 wins by KO. Finished four times, three by sub by Zhang Yang or Jiang, the Korean Tiger, Jiang Long Lee, is lost his last two to Daniel Santos and Hyder Mill. He has 7 finishes on his record though, four of those by KO. Both UFC wins are by decision though, but something to look out here is his fast early finishes. He's got an 18-second finish on his record, a 36-second sub, 10-second finish, a 42-second finish. I feel like this fight may go really fast, but I'm gonna go with the Korean Tiger by sub.
oh,
How do you
I
say his
I
name?
think
The Korean Tiger, Jiang Yang Lee.
both their wins are by decisions, and they both been finished by knockout. I don't know. I see this fight going to decision here. I think Zhang Young Lee gets it done by decision.
I
Mason.
agree with Connor on this one.
All right, our next fight of the night we have Rafael Tobias versus Dayar Naragohai. Sorry, I'm not the greatest with pronunciations here, but Mason, what's your thoughts on this fight?
No, that was pretty good.
Noah's kind of like our version of Chael Sonnen. He can't pronounce a name for his life. But shout out to Chael Sonnen because you're awesome.
Mason, what's your thoughts on this fight?
Raphael Bipolar
Mm-hmm.
Tobias. That's I don't really understand the nickname. But he's coming off a win on the Contender Series over De Oliveira. So UFC debut. And I think he's gonna get. I don't know. He's fighting Nurgoze, Dayar Nurgoze. But I never want to count out a Kazakhstan guy, so I think I'm going to go with Nurgoze here, and I think that he's going to give Tobias his first ever UFC loss in his debut
Okay. Connor.
by decision, or no, knockout, not decision.
Connor?
Yeah, we got Tobias making his UFC debut. Both Dana White Contender Series graduates. I'm gonna say it every time. And he had a round 1 rear naked choke on Contender Series. 6 career wins by submission. Dior is 0-2 in the UFC. He's been subbed twice in the UFC. I think he makes it 3 in a row by submission losses, and I think Tobias gets a very dominant UFC debut submission win here on a really big pay-per-view stage.
I also put down Tobias by sub, like you said, 2-fight losing streak both by sub for Nurgozayehe. What do you say? Tobias is on a 6-fight winning streak right now, 3-fight finishing streak. He's got 6 wins by sub, so we do know that he has a sub game, and Dyer has kind of struggled with the submission specialists in his career. So I'm also gonna say Tobias by sub here. Gets it done early too. Our next fight of the night, we have Sumajarji versus Jesus Aguilar. Mason?
I actually kind of went deep into this fight. I was looking at the stats. Sumadarji he had kind of had a rough stretch, but he did fight Charles Johnson and Tim Elliott, who are some pretty, renowned guys, but he's bounced back, 2 straight wins. Jesus Aguilar has been looking really good in the UFC. And I think Jesus is gonna get it done. He won his last fight. He beat Louis Garoli. And I think he's gonna get it done. I don't know. I don't really know how it's gonna end, but I think Jesus has what it takes to beat Sumadarji, and yeah, I'm excited for this fight.
Connor, thoughts here?
Yeah, classic striker versus grappler. Sumadarji's striker. Jesus Aguilar's grappler. All of Jesus Aguilar's UFC wins aren't in the UFC anymore. 3 of Sumadarji's UFC wins aren't in the UFC anymore. He had his split decision win over Mitch Raposo, who's a really good young prospect, American top team heavy wrestler. And he 30-27 Kevin Borjas, who we just saw get those 2 knockdowns on Imanol Rodriguez last night. So that's, those 2 all right wins. Those have aged pretty nicely. And I don't know. We haven't seen much out of Jesus. Like I said, all 4 of his wins have, not been or aren't in the UFC anymore. He's been subbed once and he's lost a decision. And in this fight, Sumadarji has a 10-inch reach advantage, 9.5-inch reach advantage. And for a striker to have that advantage, it's gonna be a short day at the office for Jesus.
So who do we got? You got Sumadarji?
Yeah, Sumadarji by knockout in the first round.
Okay.
That's what short day at the office means. Yes.
I really, really like Sumadarji. I remember watching his fight with Matt Schnell. He may have lost that fight, but it was a banger fight, and he has a very unique way of throwing elbows where he grabs the guy's wrist, and when he throws them, is on a 2-fight win streak, like Connor said, beat Borjas and Raposo. Before that was on a 3-fight skid, but all against ranked guys at the time: Matt Snell, Tim Elliott, and Charles Johnson. He has been sub 6 times in his career, which does kind of worry me against Jesus Aguilar with uh 7 subs on his record. But I think this is it's either going to be a really like close split decision loss maybe for or split decision win for Sumadarji, or I'm gonna say that like Connor, Sumadarji gets it the job done by KO. Next fight of the
Noah,
night,
pronounce this next name.
I have this one. I think I got this one. We got Cody Durden versus Niam Jargel, Tumen Birol.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Not bad.
Thoughts here though.
Gotta say, Nima Jargle has an awesome nickname. Art of Knockout is a really cool nickname. I will start off by that, and I think that is how he's gonna get it done. Durden on a 3-fight losing streak. And we tend, if somebody's on a 2+ losing streak, we tend to see them lose again. I think this will be Cody Durden's probably one of his last fights. We'll see him, and I think Art of Knockout is going to get it done by knockout.
Okay, Connor.
Yeah, I mean, Cody Durden's lost, 5 of his last 6. You got to think if he loses this one, he's going to be out of here. Finished 4 times in those 5 losses. Tumen Dambro, 2023 road to the UFC champ. Lost a split decision to Carlos Hernandez in his debut, which is a pretty solid loss to have. And I don't know. This one's a toss up. I think I'm gonna pick Cody Durden just from the experience. I think he gets an early knockout finish in round 1.
Okay. What I have? Niam Jargel is 9-1. His only loss is a split decision, actually. So very close. Could be 10-0. 8 finishes in his career. I mean, his name is the Art of Knockout, but he has 6 of those finishes are by sub. Coming off a round 1 sub. He's actually a pretty cool dude. He was in a he's in 3P the new MMA forum, 3 Punch Combo, and he posted himself in a Mongolian
Shout out.
rap video. But younger fighter, 7-year age gap. Like we said, Cody Durden's on a 3-fight losing skid, lost 5 of his last 6. He does have wins over Charles Johnson, Matt Snell, and Jake Hadley, though. He has been sub 5 times though, and I think the Art of the Knockout is gonna get a sub finish here.
I do want to mention one thing. N- Art of Knockout. Both of his knockouts that he has in his career are like quick, very quick. The one was like 8 seconds, and the other was, I think, 15 seconds. So we may see a quick knockout. We may not see a quick knockout, but Art of Knockout is going to live up to his name.
All right, next fight of the night: Alberto Montez versus Ricky Tercios. Thoughts?
Noah, how about you go first?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, no, let's hear.
All right,
Yeah.
Alberto
Montez.
Montez.
Going first. Go first.
Alberto Montez coming off a 1.5-year layoff. His last fight was a win on the Contender Series in 2024. Last 2 wins are by Anaconda, actually. 3 wins in a row, but all by subs. Has 3 Anaconda chokes on his record. 7 wins, 6 by sub against Ricky Sergio's season 29 of The Ultimate Fighter. He won by split decision for Team Volk. Was on contenders. He was actually on the first Contender Series fight card, and he ended up losing. But like I said, he was got brought back, put on tough, ended up winning. He something to note here is he has 4 wins by split decision out of his 12 wins, and I'm gonna say that it's gonna be a close fight, and he's gonna pull out another split decision win here.
Yeah, I like that. I like going with the trend. Um, and Montes, uh, ha three wins in a row, by sub. We could see that again. We'll just see how the fight goes. We'll see how Montes approaches it. But I think I could agree with Noah. I'm gonna go with the Tercios another split decision win.
Yeah,
Oh,
one thing
Yeah.
I don't that like the reason why I'm going with Tercios is because of the 1.5 year layoffs. I don't like I haven't even found anything of why we have a layoff for Roberto Montes, but it's kind of like I think ring rust is going to be a big factor here.
He
Connor,
had
what's
a
your
debut set up at 314, and then he got hurt before in that training camp for that fight against Humberto Romero, and
Oh, okay.
then that's why he's been out. But
Okay.
yeah, long layoff. Contenders Dana White Contender Series graduate. He had 5 submission attempts on there with no takedowns, and he was taken down twice. And Tercios is a grappler himself, so Ricky's gonna have to fight smart and not, get this to the ground because Alberto is very dangerous on the ground. That's a lot of submission attempts for not having any takedowns. So he is good on his back and he is good at reversing. So Ricky's gonna need to keep this standing if he's gonna want to win. So I mean, but I do expect a good grappling match here too.
I actually am gonna change my pick. I think Montes is gonna get it done by submission. He's gonna knock down Tercios and then get into a submission and then he's gonna win. I'm gonna switch it up.
All
Okay.
right, I like it. I like it.
Our
I'm glad I
next
could
fight
convince you.
of the evening, we have Dante Johnson versus Cody Brundage. Thoughts? Connor, you go
The
first.
second Cody on the card.
Cody Brundage stepping up on short notice for Dusko Todorovic.
Yeah,
And
see,
Bishop,
tough to say that name, right?
yeah, tough one there. Dusko, you know who I'm talking about. And this one, Dana White, Dante Johnson, another Dana White Contender Series graduate. I fought him there at heavyweight, weighed in at 209 pounds, and still freaking won his fight, which is insane. And he's had fights at light heavyweight, and now he's at middleweight. He's never seen the third round. All wins by finish, undefeated. Yeah, Cody Brundage, 5-7-1 in the UFC. Been knocked out twice, submitted twice, never won a decision. Just had that fight with Mansour Abdul Malik get overturned to a draw, which is probably like his most impressive anything in the UFC that he's done. So, yeah, what do you guys think?
Mason.
Yeah, the thing that is really uh sticking with me is Cody Brundage fought 3 weeks ago. Or not 3 weeks ago. Recently.
UFC
Uh,
325.
and yeah, I think that um that could bite him in the butt. I think that Dante Johnson's gonna get it done. He's a dog, lockjaw, and yeah, give me Johnson. But
Okay.
decision.
Decision. First
Oh,
decision.
first
Yeah,
time you think the third
we're gonna
round?
see it. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see it.
Man, will cardio hold up? Do you think? You
Uh,
think he's gonna win that third round or
It's gonna be a split. It's gonna be a close fight. I think it's gonna be a close fight.
split
I don't know.
decision?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We'll
all right.
All right.
things may
Let
change. Things may change.
Cody Brundage, 11-8-1 record. Like Connor said, 5-7 in the UFC. I think him as a fighter is a lot better than what his record says. 2 losses in a row. Like Mason said, he lost at UFC 325 by KO. I'm kind of surprised that they're giving him such a fast turnaround after getting KO'd in there. I mean, we saw Charles Johnson get knocked out at UFC 324, and they're not letting him fight till the 14th, March 14th. But taking this fight on short notice, Dante Johnson, man, he's a beast. 7-0 record, 1-0 in the UFC. He's got all wins by finish, 6 finishes in round 1. Uh, six of those wins by KO. We see that he also has a sub game. He subbed Dumas's last fight in there. I mean, this dude, like Connor said, he fought 209 at heavyweight on his contender series, fought at light heavyweight. I mean, the dude's built like a shit brick house. And I'm gonna go another early finish spot for him. I'm taking Johnson by KO here.
Yeah,
like
me
Round
too.
1.
I'm switching.
that. Also, they also have a common. Cody Brundage also fought Dumas, and he actually lost by unanimous decision to Dumas. That's a really bad loss to have on your resume.
All right, next fight of the night, we have Long Zhao versus Cody Garbrandt.
Your what is long?
Connor, what are your thoughts?
Man, Xiao Long 1-2 in the UFC. 1 knockout. He's lost 2 decisions. He lost in the Dana White Contender Series to Christian Quinones, who we just saw fight last night. He lost a split decision in the road to the UFC final. High volume puncher, just throws a lot of fucking punches. Great takedown defense. He throws as much as he gets hit, and he pays for it. So it should be a fun fight. Cody Garbrandt, former champ, he's fought the best of the best. Cody's actually the underdog here, and I think it's good value on Cody. I think Cody gets it done here.
Jason,
Noah?
you want me to go? All right, I have
Yeah.
Long Zhao is 27-10, 1-2 in the 1-2 in the UFC. He does have 14 wins by finish on his record though, 9 of those being sub. Lost his last fight in August. Like Connor said, he's from the road to the UFC versus Cody Garbrandt, former champ, has the greatest 5-round performance in UFC history against Dominic Cruz in that championship fight. I mean, if you say otherwise, you're wrong. That was the best performance
He
ever for over 5 rounds. But
lost
since
2 of them.
I don't know, it's still the best. I mean, he was stunting.
What?
That, in my opinion, that's the greatest performance in UFC history. Since then we've
That's a
seen
hot.
Cody go 3-7. He lost the last 2 to Rayani, but Arcelos and Davison Figueiredos. He has 11 finishes on his roster by KO, 6 of those being in the UFC. And Long Zhao's been KO'd 3 times. So I'm going to say Cody's going to win by KO on this fight.
I think we're
Nathan.
gonna see a repeat. I think we're gonna see a repeat of what I said earlier. I think Long Zhao's gonna catch Cody with something. He's gonna knock him down, and then we're gonna see him get another sub on his record. It's gonna be 10 subs for him. I think Cody's just kind of deteriorating. I've honestly never really been a fan of Cody Garbrandt. But I think Long Zhao's gonna win by submission.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get into the main card now. First fight on the main card, we have number 13 Gregory Rodriguez versus number 15 Bruno Ferreira in a rematch at 185. Connor, thoughts here?
Yeah, Bruno, like I said, rematch. Bruno Ferreira, Dana White Contender Series graduate, made his UFC debut versus Gregory Rodriguez and knocked him out in the first round. Unbelievable. And that's still been like his best win up until the Vittori fight, which was a really, really close fight for Bruno Ferreira, and that's how he got into the rankings. But Gregory Rodriguez, after that loss to Bruno, won 5 of 6. Had a great fight against Jared Cannonier. He had 2 knockdowns on him in the first round, and eventually gassed out and lost. And he's lost a split decision to Armen Petrosian. I don't know. I think Gregor Rodriguez gets it done. I think his resume is just a lot better than Bruno's, and I think he gets the better of him in the rematch.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with Connor on this one. I think that RoboCop's gonna look really good in this fight. He has a really good resume. And I like RoboCop in this fight in the rematch. Yeah, give me RoboCop.
Okay. I have do not have the same pick as you guys. I'm going with Bruno here. I mean, he's one of my favorite fighters at middleweight. Always puts on entertaining fights. There's no way that this fight is going over 1.5 round. It will definitely be under 1.5 round. Somebody's knocking out somebody. Like Connor said, RoboCop has looked great since that first fight with Bruno Ferreira. He's won 5 of his last 6, and he was winning that fight against Jared Cannonier before he kind of gassed out and Jared got the best of him. But 2 fight winning streak, win over Roman Kopylov and Jack Hermanson. That Kopylov wins very good. He's got 6 UFC KOs. Bruno Ferreira, man, he is a fun fighter. A lot of fast finishes, 5 UFC finishes, 4 in round 1. Last fight looked, I mean, he came in overweight against Vittori, but like Connor said, it was a close fight. But I was surprised. I really thought that Vittori was gonna get the best of him, and because Vittori's kind of like what a gatekeeper, you could say, at in the rankings for middleweight. But 3 fight win streak for Bruno Ferreira, 2 subs in those 3 wins. I'm gonna go Bruno Ferreira here, and like I said, it's not gonna go past 1.5. Give me Bruno Ferreira by KO.
I also got one more thing too, because RoboCop is 3-1 in decisions in the UFC, and all 3 of his decision wins were 30-27 wins. So he's just been very dominating in the UFC, and just got caught or just couldn't put away Jared, and then got caught by Bruno, and then lost a split decision. So I mean, I don't know. This should be a good fight.
All right, next fight of the night, we have a fight that just got added to the card a few weeks ago. We have Drew Dober versus Michael Johnson, 2 UFC vets. What's your thoughts here, Mason?
Yeah, battle of the old heads in this one. Um, I think this fight is gonna be a war. I think this is gonna be a war. Michael Johnson's been on a 3 fight win streak. Um, I mean, not very super like impressive wins. He beat Zell Huber, who we just saw got s- destroyed by King Green. Um, I really like Michael Johnson in this one. I think this is going to be a bloodbath. Like it might be a bloodbath. I'm super excited for this fight. But yeah, give me Michael Johnson in this one by KO.
Okay, Connor, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, 56 combined UFC fights between the 2 of them. Insane. They're both just so old. 37 versus 39. Both southpaws too, and they both just fought everybody. And I think Michael Johnson gets it done here. I mean, it's gonna be a great striking match here, and I don't know. Yeah, I think I agree with Mason. I think Michael Johnson. I don't know if he KOs Drew Dober. I think it might be like another doctor stoppage, like Gene
The Gene
Silva
Silva
did
Gene
fight?
to.
Silva.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think it might be another doctor stoppage type. I think Michael Johnson's just gonna beat the absolute brakes off of him.
Okay. Another one I don't have the same as you guys. I'm going Drew Dober here. I have written down, like Mason said, this is going to be an absolute war. I think this has fight of the night written all over it. Uh,
Hmm.
Drew Dober looked
Definitely.
great in his last fight, got a win, but before that, like he had, like Connor said, was on a 3 fight losing streak, but all 3 ranked guys, Manuel Torres, Gene Silva, and Manny Moicano. He's got 21 finishes in his career, 12 by KO. All last 8 of his wins are actually by KO. Michael Johnson, 3 fight winning streak. Big upset over Daniel Zellhuber in that last fight, but we kind of figured it out. Daniel Zellhuber is kind of a fraud. I mean, Michael Johnson has fought the best of the best. He's got wins over Dustin Poirier, Tony Ferguson. He's fought just about everyone. Khabib. I
Are
just think
you?
that
Yeah.
I I just think that I think it's gonna be a war. Both guys are really gonna hurt each other, but I think Dober's gonna get like a round 3 KO, or he's gonna win on the judges' scorecards.
Mm.
But I'm gonna say round 3 KO for Drew Dober.
Could it be a potential retirement fight for both?
I mean, yeah,
I
37,
don't know if Michael
39.
Johnson will retire. I don't know if Michael Johnson will retire if he. I don't know. I don't know. Possible.
All right, let's go into our next fight of the night. We have Raul Rosas Jr. versus Rob Font. Mason, thoughts here?
I used to be really really high on Raul Rosas. He is on a 4-fight win streak. But man, Rob Fonsa, he's developed a vet. I'm not gonna lie, he was gonna be my golden goose, but I don't think he's going to. But I think he is gonna win though. I think he's gonna get it done. I think that Rosas is gonna give him a big run for his money though. Like I think it's gonna be a tough fight. It could end early, but also could be and maybe another war. We'll see how it goes. But I think Rob Font's gonna win this fight. Give me Rob Font by decision.
Okay. Connor.
Yeah, I mean, Raul Rosas, Rob Font. They were supposed to fight last month, right?
I don't know if it
I
was
forget when they were
last
supposed
month.
to fight.
They were supposed to fight though.
It was supposed to happen in
Yeah,
September. September.
yeah. Anyway, Raul Rosas, aggressive grappler. That's all he just does. He'll just come forward, shoot takedowns. Not a high volume striker. Rob Font, great boxer, high volume striker. Great takedown defense, surprisingly, from Rob Font. We saw it against Sean Matsumoto. We saw him try to use his grappling against David Martinez when David Martinez took that fight against him on short notice. And I don't know. I think Rob Font's gonna be able to defend those takedowns from Rosas, and he's not gonna have to worry about the striking at all from Rosas. And I think Rob Font actually gets a knockout win here.
Okay. Yeah, everyone knows who Raul Rosas is, the youngest fighter to ever come into the UFC at 17-year-old after winning on the Contender Series in 2022. He's on a 4-fight winning streak right now, but I mean, not really the biggest in names. This is like definitely his toughest test. Rob Font being number 13 in the world. Raul's got 8 finishes in his career, three in the UFC, 6 of those by sub. I mean, I just think Rob Font is a huge step up in competition for him. Rob's fought the best of the best. He's coming off that loss to David Martinez, like you said, but he looked good in that. I mean, he didn't look terrible in that fight. It was a close fight. He tried using his grappling.
Yeah,
I mean, Rob Font's known for his boxing. He's a great boxer, and I think that's what's gonna cause Rosas to have some issues. Is the boxing is and I don't think that he'll be able to take him down at will like he's taken down some of these last few guys. I mean, Font's only been subbed 1 time in his career, and he's fought everybody. Like I think his last loss
yeah,
by sub is like either 2017 or 2018, and I have Font by
yeah.
decision here, but
He's fought like
don't be
Figgy. He's
surprised.
fought Figgy. Like he's fought a lot of people.
Don't I have Rob Font by decision here, but don't be surprised if he gets the late 3rd round KO. All right, our next fight is the co-main event of the night. We have number 7 Kyle Barallo versus number 8 Renier de Ritter. I'm gonna start this one off. Okay, is that okay
Go
with you
ahead.
guys? Kyle Barallo, the
That's
king
great.
of the nerds, 7-1 in the UFC, coming off his first UFC loss to Imavov in the main event of the UFC Paris card. I mean, he didn't look the greatest in that fight, but he started to look better as the fight went on. I mean, look, I mean, Imavov is going to get the next title shot probably at 185. We know, but before that, he was on a 15-fight winning streak, 9 finishes in his career, 5 KOs. won twice on Contender Series. So a two-time graduate of the Contender Series, that's kind of what you say. Versus Renier de Ritter, a quitter. We saw what he did his last fight. He quit on the stool against Brendan Allen. Second time in his career, he's quit on the stool. 21-3, two of those losses. Like we said, quit. Before that, he beat Robert Whitaker by split decision. So everyone was all on the RDR train. No one thought he was going to lose that fight to Brendan Allen. But that Whitaker fight was very controversial. I didn't think he won that one. 18 finishes and 21 pro wins. 14 which come by sub. I just think that the king of the nerds, Kyle Barallo, is gonna be. He knows. I mean the recipe to beat Renier de Ritter is out there. You just break him mentally, break him, give him the pressure the whole fight. You just kind of give him the. He doesn't. He does when he starts to struggle. He crumbles and he quits. So I'm gonna say Kyle wins by decision because it's only gonna be 3 rounds. But don't be surprised if in the third round RDR quits and Kyle wins by KO.
Okay.
Connor, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, yep, Connor, go ahead.
I mean, here the Ritter 7-2 in one championship, knocked out twice by the same guy. Got his UFC debut against Gerald Mearshart, where he actually got rocked by Gerald Mearshart, and it came down to that third round, and he ended up having a sub. It took him the third round to get Gerald Mearshart subbed. Still impressive. And then his next fight subs Kevin Holland first round, KOs Bo Nickel, has that split decision with Robert Whitaker, and then just gets absolutely dominated by Brendan Allen. And I think Kyle is going to do exactly what Brendan Allen did, just use his great grappling, that he's used we've seen throughout all of his 8 UFC fights. And I think Kyle gets a pretty easy either submission win or a decision. I think he's going to out cardio RDR here. I don't think, but they both have had back-to-back 5-round fights, so I don't know. You think RDR's cardio would have been a little bit better for that Brendan Allen fight, but I guess not. So
Mason.
Yeah, before I say anything, gotta shout out Connor and his shirt. So sick.
shout out Full Violence.
Yeah, shout out Full Balance. You guys are awesome.
Go.
I just think that Kyle has every single tool. Like they don't call him the natural for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he can defend whatever RDR throws his way, and I don't like quitters, so I've never really liked RDR. And I think Kyle just has what it takes to get it done. I think I'm also going to go with the decision win here. I don't know if RDR would get subbed, but he definitely would get knocked out by Kyle.
Okay. All right, going into the main event of the evening for the BMF Championship, we have Max Blessed Holloway versus Charles Two Bronx Oliveira. Mason, I'm gonna let you go first.
Two of the most loved fighters in the UFC, easily. Michael Chandler said it best: if you don't love Charles Oliveira, you're not a real MMA fan. This is gonna. I think this fight's a little overhyped, if I'm being honest. I think that Charles is just gonna leave his chin open like he tends to, and Max is just gonna he's gonna hit that chin at some point. But I mean, I don't know. I never really want to count out Charles, but I think Max is gonna get this done. He's just gonna outstrike him, and I think he's gonna knock him out in the first or second round.
Okay, Connor, your thoughts?
Yeah, Mason kind of stole the words right out of my mouth. I think this is like a little overhyped. I don't think this fight's going to go very long at all. I really don't think it sees the second round. I think Max has an easy TKO win here. I love Charles. I absolutely love Charles, but yeah, we've seen him just get destroyed by strikers in the past. I mean, 5 losses by knockout in the UFC. I mean, it's just Max Holloway 11 wins by knockout in the UFC. He's fought the best of the best. I mean, they both have. But I'd have to say Max's resume is a little bit better than Charles's.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah, I think it's overhyped. I don't think anyone should get drawn into the Charles hype for this one. I think Max has great takedown defense. He's shown that throughout his entire career. He's only been subbed once, and that was his UFC debut versus Dustin Poirier. And I mean, so I don't know. I think Max Holloway's ground game is very underrated, and I don't think Charles is going to be able to do anything like he normally does on the ground. And I think he's just going to get brutally knocked out.
Okay. Here's what I got. I mean, two of the most loved UFC fighters, like Mason said, two guys that have our top fives and wins in the UFC. Charles is second with 24, and Max is tied for fourth with 23. Max is this is his second fight up at 155. Has a win over Gaethje, and then beat Dustin in his last fight here. 14 finishes in his career, 12 by KO. Uh, I mean, two of his last three have been by KO, but before that, his last KO win was in 2018. So I mean, we know that they fought before. Charles lost by injury, but Charles won his last fight versus Gamrot. Before that, got KO'd by Ilya. I agreed with you guys, and I thought that this fight was going to be a early stoppage, but I think this may actually be a war. I think it's going to go all 5 rounds, and I think I'm going to go with a surprise here. Are you guys ready for this? Charles Oliveira by decision. He's going to win.
No way you bleached your hair. No way
Oh,
you
yeah,
bleached your
Charles
hair. Are you
Oliveira. He's going
kidding
to
me?
win.
What?
The BMF
What
has a name, and it
the
is Charles
fuck?
Oliveira. Most finishes in UFC history, most subs in UFC history. Charles is winning, man.
Oh man. I mean,
But I see it going
Oh,
5 rounds. Like I said, I think it's going to be a decision. I think it's going to be a close fight, but give me Charles.
oh man. There was also one thing I don't think anybody mentioned. This is Max's 17th 5-round fight in a row.
Really? That's
17 round fights in a row. That is unbelievable.
all right. Well, let's end the show with the Golden Goose picks. I'm gonna let Mason go first. Mason's in shock
I
right
am
now.
in shock. I
Did you or Charles?
Oh yeah,
Okay, gonna start.
I'm
Gonna
Charles is winning.
You walked into
gonna.
the Virus Shop, you said, "Give me the Charles Oliveira special."
No, I did it myself with my
Gonna
girlfriend.
gonna start off by saying you look great with the bleach. By the way, like you look good with the bleach. Not gonna lie. You should
Oh
have done the
man.
goatee too, but that would have
No,
gave it
that was too
away.
much.
Yeah. Way that would have gave it away. But now
Uh,
you can do it. I can do it right now after this pod.
I
Mason, who's your Golden Goose?
my golden goose is gonna be Jesus Aguilar. Um, I think I think that a lot of you two are counting him out. Um,
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna get KO'd. I think that he can get to fight to the ground and be in control, maybe get a sub. I think that I think I could see him, I could see it being a boring fight, but I think that he can get it done. He's gonna be on the ground. Um, yeah.
Connor, who's your Golden Goose for the week?
My golden goose is going to be Rob Font against Raul Rosas. He's a plus 170 dog. I don't know why. Raul Rosas has never fought anybody close to this level of competition. Rob Font's 5-3 as an underdog in the UFC. His last 3 fights were all prospects. Kyler Phillips, who he beat 29-28. Jean Matsumoto, who he beat by split decision 29-28. And then, David Martinez, his last fight, which was a really close fight that came down to that 3rd round. And he's been an underdog in his last 3 fights. And I don't know. I think and Rosas gasses out pretty easily because of how aggressive he likes to grapple. And like I said earlier, Rob Font's got great takedown defense. And I think that's going to be his biggest weapon in this fight. And I think he gasses Rosas out and gets either an early KO, late KO, or a decision win.
All right.
I like that.
I cannot stop looking at Noah's head.
All right. I'm going to give my Golden Goose pick, though.
I like your pick, Connor. I like your pick. I
do too. It was going to be mine, but I have to go with my boy Bruno Ferreira. I think he gets the job done. He's already beat RoboCop before. I mean, RoboCop has looked really good since that fight, but I think Bruno Ferreira has a lot of power, and we've seen RoboCop has been dropped before. He got dropped by Jared. He got dropped by Bruno Ferreira in the first play. Give me Bruno Ferreira as my Golden Goose. He's going to get the KO. It was going to be Charles Oliveira, but I just feel more confident in Bruno Ferreira.
How's it? You bleach your hair? You're not even going to make Charles your Golden Goose? What? That doesn't even make any sense.
Nah, Bruno Ferreira is the better lock as an underdog. But
I agree.
We're gonna end the show there. We'll be back next Sunday with the UFC 326 results, and then get ready for Emmett versus Vallejos. All right.
Yep.
See ya.
Yes, sir. Make sure to follow us on Threads.
That's it.